All right, we are live. All right, can you guys hear me? This is Rachel Lucas. Sorry, I had some technical issues. Let me know if you guys can hear me. I see there's people live. Hi, Teresa, can you hear me? Let me know. I had some technical issues. Really important. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Yes, all right, awesome. Sorry, I know people are like, where is she? Sorry, I was having technical issues. All right. Well, welcome guys to Hispanic Heritage Month Ideas for Spanish class. If you're a Spanish teacher, you are in the right place. Let me know what level of Spanish you teach. So let me know in the comments what level of Spanish you teach. So, all right, hold on one second. I'm gonna get my baby settled. Come here, baby. All right, sorry. Okay, so let me get my presentation and you guys, I'm going to screen share and I'm going to let you guys know how you can access everything at the end of the presentation. There are free resources and there are also paid resources. So I just want to go ahead and get that out of the way. So I'm going to share both free things that you can use, and if you want more resources that are already done for you, no prep, then I'm going to show you how to access those at the end. And I'm going to share my presentation. If you stick till the end, I'm going to share my presentation with you guys. By the way, I'm Rachel Lucas. I'm the founder of the Tech for World Language Teachers community, and also the blog, the World Language Teacher Tech Academy, all of that. If you haven't already join our free Facebook group, the Tech for World Language Teachers. That's where I am almost daily. And also we have a smaller community that is just for Spanish teacher. It's called Tech for Spanish Teachers. So definitely after the live, go and check those out. All right. If you have questions, ask them in the comments and I will be going through, there'll be a Q&A at the end. If you know of any Spanish teachers or maybe any world language teachers, you don't have to be a Spanish teacher to integrate Hispanic Heritage Month into your classroom. So please share this with them, okay? All right, so let me go ahead and share my presentation. I love Hispanic Heritage Month. It is so fun. It is one of my favorite things to do with my students. So I'm going to make sure that I am properly sharing. Here we go. I'm going to share my entire screen. And it's going to look a little, oh, come on, allow. So it's going to look a little funny for a minute. I'm going to be sharing my entire screen. All right, so let me know if you guys can see my presentation. All right, awesome. Okay, so welcome to Hispanic Heritage Month Ideas for Spanish class, which I love. So let's talk about what we're going to learn. We're going to talk about celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month. I'm going to talk to you about some ready-to-use resources for engagement. Again, there's a mixture of free. There's plenty of free resources, and there's also a paid resources if you want more. Blend culture and language, and it's going to save you prep time. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about that. Now, why it matters. Why does this matter? Because representation and identity, it also builds cultural awareness and empathy and inclusivity. We are always striving to be more inclusive in our classrooms. So this is a great way to do so. And also, I didn't put this in there. Yes, it makes lessons more memorable, but it makes, the students buy in and also more engaging, and also helps with classroom management. I can't tell you, when I first started teaching, I was very and I've been teaching for over 21 years. I was very much like culture, and I used the textbook, and the textbook had like a little blip of culture, and that was it. It was a lot of writing assignments, a lot of grammar, and I really, really struggled with engagement in my classroom. And once I started incorporating more culture, I got so much student buy-in, and it really transformed my teaching. So I don't see this just as a lesson or resources for Hispanic Heritage Month. I see this as a way to build community, to get your students excited about your Spanish class, and also just build community. It's amazing. And let me know if you like my graphics in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about these awesome graphics. All right, so this is me. I am a Spanish teacher. I have been teaching for over 21 years, and I'm also the founder of the Tech for World Language Teachers community and the World Language Teacher Tech Academy. So we're going to get right into the resources. So the first one is Spanish-speaking countries' interactive activities. Now, there's interactive maps, trivia, scavenger hunts. Students can create presentations on the countries. I've had my students do this. So much fun. I have resources inside of my academy on how to do that if you're interested. Engaging visuals and it makes it competitive. Now, let me show you. Oops, hold on. That is not what I wanted. I'm telling you, I've been having all kinds of technical issues today. All right, so this is a resource that is totally free and it's on the blog because I promise there's going to be a mixture of free and paid. So that way you get to pick what you want to use. But anyway, go check this out. And by the way, don't worry, you're going to get this presentation at the end. So go to the Tech for World Language Teachers blog and you can check out the resources that are available, like this right here. That is great. And it's so your students have to find where the Dominican Republic is, and you can have them say it in Espanol. So, you know, you can have them like click on the Dominican Republic. Oh no, that's Cuba. And then they go on. This is super fun. So definitely go and check that out. There's other ones that you can use with your students. Again, makes it fun and interactive, and these are totally free. So, and you can just click play and it works. So I'm not going to bore you with all that. There's also one, I wonder if I included it here, the one about the tapas. So, the atlas. This one's really good. And you could just type in, like, for instance, the, I don't know, maybe you want to know about, let's say Cuba, right? Let's put the Cuba one up. And then it comes up and it'll tell you places that you can go. But maybe you want to learn about a food of, let's say I want to talk about ropa vieja, which is typically a Cuban dish. And it will literally bring up what it is and like tell you about it. And you can have your students do this. Now, one of the projects that I've done with my students is they have to pick a Spanish-speaking country. They have to research it. They have to do a presentation. Again, I have a whole thing about that inside of the academy, how to do that. And they create a digital, interactive presentation where they actually have to speak about it also. And they also have to bring a dish. So, and that is a whole thing and it's super fun. So, and this is one way that you can have your students research about that. So anyway, wanted to show you that. Back to the presentation. So bear with me because I will be switching back and forth between the presentation and some of the resources because I want to make sure you see it in real time. All right, Afro-Latino Cultural Bundle. So I had, a few years ago, I had the lovely Jennifer White, who runs the Afro Latino Community and Culture Facebook group. So if you are not a member of that, go and check that out. And she does a lot of lessons on how to integrate Afro-Latino culture into the classroom, how to introduce it and all that. And it's great. And it's a great way to learn about the identity in music and arts and sports, includes video and reading discussions, the resources that she has on there. And you can actually, this is a paid resource if you're interested. It's inside of the academy. But actually, I'm going to show you one of the kind of like, so you can see kind of what it looks like. So there's 3 weeks worth of lesson plans if you decide you want to do it. And she has like how to introduce Afro-Latino culture to your students. And she goes into like some of the people that you would not, why there's a need to introduce. So she goes over like the lack of representation. And also she talks about the biases that we see. Like if you go Google, games for kids, it shows how you're not going to see representation in Google. So it talks about all the biases and all that. It's really, really good. If you're interested in that, definitely go and check that out. All right. Now, if any point, if you have any questions, let me know. All right. If you have any questions at any point, let me know. I'm checking the comments. All right. Okay. This is so much fun. Amazing race activities. So collaborative race through cultural challenges. And I'm going to show you some in a minute. We've got tasks, included videos, trivia quizzes, and puzzles. It is such a fun way to introduce the unit and celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month. My students love this. All right, especially because there's who has watched the Amazing Race show? Let me know in the comments if you've ever watched that. It is so fun. I have been such a fan of that show. And so especially the students that love that show, they come in and they get so into it. But it's fun, it's interactive, and you're learning about the communities. So I'm seeing people sharing their levels. But let me know if you've ever watched the Amazing Race game. All right. So if this is another paid resource, and I'm going to show you what is included. Now, if you want to, this was Rando Gans who created this for us for the Academy. So if you're interested, you can go purchase this, and I'm going to show you what it includes. But this is what some of the teachers who have already kind of experienced this have said about how much fun it is and how much they love it. So definitely go check it out. But let me show you what it includes. So here is the Amazing Race activities. And we've got different ones. We've got different countries. And so we have like a link. So we've got Mexico, Puerto Rico, Costa Rica, and Cuba. There's more than those, but those are just an example. So let me show you kind of what it does. So you have the Google Earth. So you can use this as a class. You can do this in groups. I've done it both ways. You can do it individually. You can even do it as a homework assignment. It's up to you how you want to do it. But it's really, really cool because you can have the students do a virtual field trip, and you can be asking questions about, to the students, asking them, getting them speaking in the target language. Oh, ¿dónde estás? ¿Qué es? Etc. And they can describe the scene. Now, there's also an interactive, there's also a YouTube video that you can have them click and play, and it will play, they'll watch the video, and then they have to answer the questions. So they have to go and explore and then answer the questions. So here are some of the questions. And of course, you can totally edit this and you can put it in whatever language. So this is not just a Spanish resource. This is for any language. You can edit this. So, and all the resources are here. Like you can take this form and you can make a copy and you can edit this to put, change the questions. Who did Mexico gain independence from? But you can put that in Espanol. Or if you're a French teacher, you can do it in Francés, etc. And you would just publish it, and then you would share the form and embed it into the thing. So this is totally adjustable so that you can make it your own. All right, and that is inside of the Academy. Let me make sure. Oops, I don't want to. Hold on, I'm going to move this because I don't want to accidentally end the live as I'm exiting Windows. It's like, where did she go? All right, any questions so far? Awesome. All right. Okay, music in the classroom. Music is such a fun way to integrate culture and get your students excited about the target language, especially Spanish. So it is really, if you're not using music, some people do música miércoles or, Fridays, or, I usually used to do Fridays, so yeah, you can just mix it up however you want. But anyway, there is a music database, and this is a free resource that is in the blog. And I've also added the Locuture, which that's coming up in October. Mr. Ashby, if you're not a member of his Facebook group, go join. It's called Locura de Marzo. And there's so many resources there and so many ideas. Teachers are great. They share. And then we also have the Música Miércoles drive with ready-to-use activities, which I say we, but I had nothing to do with that other than sharing it and passing it forward. It was shared with me, and I was told I could share it, so I'm doing that. So anyway, there's this is a blog post that you can go check out. Again, I'll share this with you guys at the end, and you can check those out, and it's great. This is not, I gotta fix that. That's not the one. So this was done by Mundo de Birch, by Sharon Birch. She started the online music database for Spanish teachers, and it's amazing. So definitely, it's got it by subject, and even like it'll tell you, like, is it a future, indicative, subjunctive, object pronouns, all of that. So definitely go check that out. And and then it's got the resource, the YouTube video at the end. And again, this is totally free. So take advantage of the free resources. Hey, I know like times are tough. You can't, always afford to purchase things. So there's plenty of free stuff that you can take advantage and use with your students. All right, so WebQuest Cultural Bundle. This is phenomenal. This is from Allison Perryman. She is phenomenal. So there's Students Explore. Well, we actually have multiple WebQuests. I'm not showing you everything. There's a ton of WebQuests and all that inside of the Academy. I'm just kind of giving you a sample of kind of what's available. But anyway, students can explore authentic websites. It's great for stations and subplans. I have used it plenty of times for stations and subplans when I'm like, hey, I'm out sick and I need something real quick, something that's fun and interactive, and the sub has to be like, offhand. This is a great way to do that. It builds independence and cultural learning. So definitely go check that out. And you can go purchase this right here on the, you're like, well, what is it? So it includes activities, WebQuest, music and dance, vocabulary building, calendars, infographics, photos, videos, and more. And so here's like a little hint. I'm actually going to show you one of these so you can see. Now, you can purchase the whole bundle here. And this is Allison's from the Culture Classroom. Or if you want, you can go to the Cultural Classroom and purchase the resources there. I've attached everything there. So however if you decide you want to purchase, definitely go check that out. But I'm going to show you what it includes. Oops, that's not it. Let me pull up so you guys can see the WebQuest. And here I have an example here. And it's like digital notebooks also. So here, let me click on this one, The Taste of Mexico. So you can see kind of what it looks like. And it's pretty great. It's like an interactive notebook that she does. And it's got like things that, and these are, you can make a copy of each, and each of your students can have and they can complete their own. And it's got everything that you would want. As you can see, it's got things for them to fill out and, answer questions about. So it's really great. Let me show you another one so you can see. Let me look at Taste of Colombia. See, it's got the table of contents. Hopefully you guys can see everything. And it's got the geography, la música. So, and then it's even got a music video embedded in. So it's really, she did a phenomenal job with these. And again, these are already no prep resources. And I hear so often, like, I'm really having a hard time finding, I don't have time to create my own resources. I don't have time to go and search for real resources that I can use that are engaging and interactive and well done. And so when you have something like this, it's just really, it's such a time saver. And it's so well done. She does an amazing job with all her resources. So definitely go and check it out if you're interested in that. All right, I'm moving on. I'm checking the comments. So let me see. So Teresa says, I'm going to try Batalla de la Semana. Oh, from Senor Ashby for the first time. Oh, awesome. I like that. Is that for high school? It's for high school and middle school. So yes, because I've used all of these with my middle schoolers, and now I'm doing high school. So it's for both. So yeah. Okay, so let's talk about brain breaks because they're so great. All right, so brain breaks are great. They're quick energizers and mindfulness activities. There's done for you Spanish language. It helps keep the language flowing. It helps reset focus during those long classes. Let me know, what are your class periods? How long are your class periods? Do you have 48-minute periods, 1 hour, 90 minutes? For the big bulk of my teaching career, I taught 90-minute periods. And part of me, and I had A-B block periods. So I saw one set of group on A days and one group on B days. And I really liked that because we had this really long periods of time and I felt like we always got it done. We always got so much stuff. I didn't like it because I saw my students every other day. I liked seeing them every day. So in the shorter periods, I felt like, it took me a minute to adjust to the shorter periods, but I did like it better. So let's see what you guys, okay, so Melanie teaches 90 minutes, 50 minutes, 42 minutes. Oh my goodness, like that is so short. 78 minutes, 80 minutes, okay. Mm-hmm. So yeah, different things. We're going to have a training on how to teach for your class period. So, all right. So anyway, if you're interested in the brain breaks, this is a paid resource, which you're like, I don't know where it is. It's actually inside of the academy. But I'm actually going to show you what that looks like. Let me get rid of some of these windows. So where are my brain breaks? Right here. So this is from Tanya Barba. And so back in the pandemic times, she came onto the community and she showed us some amazing stuff like calendar talks. Like if you love doing calendar talks, this is great. She has so many resources for that. ¿Qué día es hoy? And the students have to say, like if it's jueves, they're like, hoy es jueves. So this is a great way to get your students talking in a target language, and it's all in Spanish. It's all done for you. No prepping. You just go clear, pull it up, and that's it. And then it's got all kinds of stuff that you can do. Again, this is all, and it's got for each month, like you could talk about the celebrations, the things that happen. I mean, she did a phenomenal job putting this together for us. So it's really great. Again, all done for you. And let's see what else. I think that one is not working. And she's supposed to come back and update and do another one for us. All right, it's got music videos that you can use. There's so many things. Check out, that database that I shared with you for music. And then it's got things and questions you can ask. So it's really great. Again, already done for you. You don't have to sit here and reinvent the wheel and go and search the internet for stuff. I mean, this is all right here for you. And again, these are already been tested and approved. You don't have to worry about, is it appropriate to show for my middle schoolers or my high schoolers? It's all been tested and approved. So definitely go check that out. That is a paid resource. It's inside of the academy. All right, let me show you a free resource that I shared a couple days ago with everybody. One of my favorites. I love Frida Kahlo and I love Diego Rivera, and I'm constantly sharing about them with my students. And that's another thing, guys. I often hear about classroom management issues and all of that. And what I would say is, are you passionate about the topic? Are you excited about sharing about, and this incorporating culture? It's such a great way to be excited and because for instance, I love Frida Kahlo. So I am naturally going to be excited when I'm talking about her and her art and this and her life story and all that stuff and Diego and all, because he's actually my favorite artist. So when I'm sharing about them, I'm naturally excited, and that is infectious. But if you're like, okay, we have to learn about Frida Kahlo today, then your students are not going to care. So as a Spanish teacher, especially when you've been teaching as long as I have, you've got to find ways to keep it fresh and for you to be excited about the lesson, and share that passion with your students. You also have to find a balance as to, okay, what are your students into? Like, for instance, I love Celia Cruz, okay? She's an Afro-Latino person, and all that. So, I love her music. Let me know if you know who Celia Cruz is, in the comments. But anyway, I happen to love her. However, my students, are not listening to Celia Cruz. All right. They're listening to different artists. Let me know in the comments, who are your students listening to? Let me know, because I want to know, are our students listening to the same artists? Who are your students talking about? I'm waiting to see the comments. Yeah. And they're always asking, like, can we listen to this? And I'm like, there's a particular artist who has recently been in the news, all right, had a lawsuit, and she actually won. And they're always like asking about that artist. Bad Bunny, Karol G. Yep, Karol G, Bad Bunny, Daddy Yankee. Who's the artist? Do you know the artist that students always ask about? She's kind of controversial. Check here. She just had a lawsuit and she was all over TikTok and the internet. Let's see if anybody knows who I'm talking about. You get a prize. You get a prize. The first person, Cardi. Familia. Is it Familia? Familia Ortiz. Contact me after the live. You're gonna get a free course from the Academy. All right, excellent. So anyway, I love Frida, so I love to share about him. And I share some free resources that I kind of put together that I've been collecting for over the years. And I wanted to share them with you guys. So it's a couple things like, and it's a list. It's presentation slides and WebQuest and Quizlets and Quizlets and all that stuff. And there's even some like interpreter and all that. So you can go check this out. These are totally free. I just kind of randomly people that shared it with me. So I share it, I pass it along. But one of my favorite resources is this, WebQuest that is, hold on, so you can really see it. And this is La Casa Azul. So, and it's great because you can go and you can have your students and you can change rooms. And you can have your students talk about it. Oh, ¿de qué color es el piso? And they can say, oh, el piso es amarillo, etc. Oh, chicos, ¿qué hay en la pared? Hay una pintura, etc. And you can get them talking in the target language. Now, you can do this as a class. You can assign it as homework, etc. So, super fun. Those resources are free. So definitely check them out. I will have these available for you guys. All right, so let's talk about bringing it all together. All right, so what can you do to infuse Hispanic Heritage Month in your class? All right, you can spotlight a country each week. So pick a country and start, and you can vote. And by the way, something I forgot to mention, one of my favorite assignments and projects that I've ever done is the Amazing Race ones. And we also did, years ago, we did a Minecraft project, which is inside of the Academy. There's a whole training about how to do it and everything. But anyway, one of the things I noticed is my students were, when they had free time, I was like, okay, Vivina, she can have, and they were playing Minecraft. So I was like, okay, I can either fight this, and be like, no, you're not supposed to be on Minecraft, or how do I incorporate this into a lesson? So we actually turned it into a project. We were covering La Casa unit. And so they had to build a house, and they, had to label it. They had to record themselves doing it. And it was one of the most fun projects that we've ever done. And we came up with the whole thing together. We came up with the project idea. We came up with the rubric. We came up with the deadline, the parameters, all of it. So super fun. Talk about student buy-in, no resistance. But anyway, that's what I'm talking about. try to think about how can I incorporate this, and like I won't come up with a country. I will say, hey, what country do you guys want to learn about first? And they'll like we'll vote, and then we'll say, and so then we'll learn about that country, and we'll focus on one each week. Sometimes we do where we focus on one Hispanic person per day, and we'll do like a little bit of it. So just mix it up, and you don't have to do everything the same. So like one year I do this, another year I do that. I mix it up. You can highlight an Afro-Latino person and their contribution. You can incorporate music. You can have music playing, as the kids are coming in. You can have music playing at the end. You can use WebQuest or like the Amazing Race resources. There's so much you can do. You can do the brain breaks, which you saw. There's so many resources to do that. Let's see what they're saying. Where can you find the resources? They're inside of the academy. So Claudia, they're inside of the academy. When you join the academy, they're all there because you can purchase the resources individually, or if you join the academy, you get access to all of them. Okay. So anyway, speaking of which, the academy. So the World Language Teacher Take Academy All Access Club has all the resources available. Now, if you did find today's ideas were helpful, you will love what's inside of the academy. There's all the stuff you mentioned, including there's a must-have Hispanic Heritage Month resources for Spanish teacher workshop. If this was just a little tiny sample of what's available. If you want the whole enchilada, you've got to go watch that presentation, and you'll have access, and it'll have all the resources that we mentioned and then some. I mean, I just didn't have time today to show you everything. It's too much. So if you want to go see all the stuff, that is a presentation that will help you for Hispanic Heritage Month, but that is inside of the academy. It used to be free. I've shown that presentation years ago over the years, and I keep adding to it. So you can unlock all my courses and notebook resources that help you save time and engage your students. You can get fresh resources added. We do courses and workshops, and we just keep adding and adding to the academy. So that's the nice thing about joining the All Access Club, that you get the current ones and whatever future ones are get added, including like our must-have AI tech tools for world language teachers, all of that. And you can join today for only $67 a year. That is the lowest it's ever been. It will be going up, the price at the end of September. It will go up to, I think it's 99 or 90 something a year. So if you want to join and save money, then that is the time. You can scan, or you can click the link. Let me put the link in the comments. Hold on one second. Let me stop sharing. Let me find the Academy All Access Club and put it on there for you guys. And then I'm gonna pause and ask and go for questions. Academy. And again, I get it. If you're like, you know what, I just can't afford to, do that right now. No worries. You've got plenty of resources that are free that you can go use with your students tomorrow. If you're like, oh my God, this is amazing, I better get it while I can, then, you can join the academy. I know no matter what, we've got you covered, okay? I want you to leave here with ready to go resources no matter what. All right, so again, you can scan the QR code. Oh, wait a minute, I'm not sharing. Ay. Ay, Dios mío. That would help if I'm screen sharing. That would be amazing. Let's screen share again. Again, you're going to see a funky little screen for a minute. And so again, and I'm actually going to share the Academy. Let me show you in case you don't know what it is. So this is the World Language Teacher Take Academy. And what started, if you don't know my story, I have been teaching for 21 years. I taught high school for 8 years. Then I took a break and I went to teach online for 8 years. And then I came back to the classroom. And when I came back to the classroom, I came back to class sizes of over 50 students per class. And it was crazy. And I was like, how on earth do I grade? Just keeping up with the grading for 50 students per class. And I had 5 classes. So, I mean, that was a lot of students. And then just the grading, I was like, what am I going to grade for this? How do I differentiate for all these students? How do I do IEPs? All this stuff. How do I keep 50 students engaged in a class? I mean, oh my God, I really had to learn quick classroom management strategies to keep kids engaged and what was working and what didn't work. And then I was like, oh my God, I discovered this could help me save time. And I was like, I got to share this with people. And I discovered this was helping me save time grading, and this was helping keep my students excited and engaged. I really had to learn, how to do that. And I just wanted to share. I started a community, and that's how the community got started. And here are some of the resources. If you want to learn how to save time, this is definitely the place to be. We've got ChatGPT for word language teachers, creating class stories with Canva. So we've got resources for engagement and creating stories if you're doing comprehensible input, etc. How to get your students speaking in their target language. Oh my God, I used to it was like pulling teeth to get my students to speak in the target language. So if you're looking for strategies for that, definitely go check that out. How to build community. This was just updated last year. So yeah, and I'll be updating some of the courses. So and adding new ones. So definitely go check that out. We're always having to update things. But I used to struggle with classroom management. And again, when I came back to the classroom and I had 50 kids per class, I had to learn really quick how to manage my students and how to build community and get student buy-in. And if that is something that you need a little help with, definitely check out that course. We've got lots of resources, digital interactive notebooks. Here's the Minecraft one that I was telling you guys about, the Amazing Race resources, the WebQuest cultural bundle that I showed you guys. We just had a workshop recently about Magic School, but this is the All Access Club. If you can go and purchase the courses individually, but if you want access to everything and you want to save money, then definitely join the All Access Club. It's only $67 a year, and you lock in that rate for life. So if you decide to renew the following year, you'll always have that rate. It will never go up for you. So that's the nice thing about also joining and locking in your rate. So definitely check that out. I wanted to show you, but I'm going to pause for questions. I want to see what questions you guys have for me. And oops, what is happening? Let's go over here. All right, so preguntas. What questions do you guys have for me? I'm checking the comments. Yes. Oh, Teresa. Yes, it's the Brain Breaks resource in the Academy also. Yes, it is. Mm-hmm. So you have to go. I have to merge stuff, Teresa. So I'll have to do a video, I guess, and show you guys where everything is. But it's inside of the Academy under. It's all listed, So I had to kind of merge stuff to make it more accessible. So it's all like, if you go in there, the All Access Club is right there, and it's all in sections. And I'll do a video for you guys to make sure you guys know how to do that. I need to speak to my, how long does this rate last? This rate will last till the end of September. So yeah, the rate will last till the end of September. Mm-hmm. Oh, how am I sharing the presentation? Good, thank you for reminding me. All right, before I share the presentation, if you have not joined us, stay connected with us. Join the Tech for World Language Teachers Facebook group. I'm there every day, and so are other amazing teachers like Teresa and other people. Definitely, we ask questions there. We share resources. Like I said, if I don't see your question, somebody else will. Join the Tech for World Language Tech for Spanish Teachers Facebook group. It's a smaller community. But it's just Spanish teachers. So if you're like, whoa, there's too much noise over here in this other group, because there's like 17,000 people in the Tech for World Language Teachers Facebook community, which is amazing because like I said, there's always somebody that can help you if I don't see your question. But if you're like, no, I want just Spanish teachers and, go join the Tech for Spanish Teachers community. There's like 2,500 people, I think, in that community, so not too many. And definitely check out the free workshop, Must Have AI Tech Tools for World Language Teachers. That will save you at least 10 hours a day, that free workshop. And if you decide you want to have the rest of because that you'll get the first module free. And if you want the other modules, then you can purchase the course or you can join the All Access Club. The course is like $149, but again, if you join the All Access Club, you get everything for only $67 a year. So super awesome deal. Let me go ahead and say thank you, everybody. Thank you for coming. I'm going to share the presentation, and I'm going to put it in the comments. And don't worry, if you don't get in, you've already copied the link. Hold on. Let me stop sharing. I'm going to put it in the comments. It says privately. All right, so I'm putting this in the comment. Let me know if you guys can access this. Let me know if you can see it. I want to make sure you guys can see it. All right, so I've got it in the comments. So let me know. Click on it and open it up and let me know if you guys can see it. I'm also going to put the link for the All Access Club. Again, that special rate will end at the end of September. So if you've been on the fence and you're not sure, get it while it's hot. All right, people can access it. Woohoo, awesome. Good. All right, so thank you. If you're just joining us, we just did Hispanic Heritage Month ideas for your Spanish class. Don't worry, the replay is going to be available. I'm also going to send it to the community. If you're a member of the email community, make sure you check your email because I'm going to send you guys the replay. And I'll send the presentation as well. So definitely check that out. If you're not a member of the community, how did you join? You can watch the free workshop that is on the blog, the Tech for World Language Teachers blog, the Must Have AI Tech Tools for World Language Teachers. It will save you at least 10 hours a week. You can watch the first module, and if you want access to the rest of it, you can join the academy. So yeah. All right, so you guys can see it. Oh, Judy says, great presentation. Yay, I'm so glad you liked it. So you guys, the presentation is in the comments. So make sure that you have access to it. Oh, mi pelo. The presentation is in the comments. So yeah, let your Spanish teacher friends know about it. Share it. You can go share it with them at school. You can email it to them. You can share it in like other Facebook groups that teachers are at. Yeah, make sure. I mean, I tried to make sure that there was a good mixture of free resources and also, because I get it, times are tough, So yeah. Oh, wow, muchas gracias. I know, so many ideas. I know. That's why I know. I'm always like, what do I do? And like, if you don't have time always to go and explore and research, we're so busy. So I wanted to kind of put the ideas together for you guys and share it with you guys. So good. Yes, I'm so glad it was very useful. As always, thank you. Yes, awesome. I'm so glad. It's always my desire to add value and save you time and engage your students. That's always my goal. So I know how hard it is. I know it is not easy. Awesome, my pleasure. Okay, so I'm going to put the resource again. I'm going to put the presentation again in the comments. So here comes the presentation one more time. I can't type. And then here is the Academy, the All Access Club. Anybody who's interested in joining, then remember it's only $67 till the end of September. So there it is. I put it there for you guys. All right. Well, I'm so glad you guys took time out of your Sunday to come join me, and I'm glad you got value out of that. Let me know. Go join the Tech for Spanish Teachers group if you don't, if you haven't joined that yet. And let me know what resources you're going to try with your students for this Hispanic Heritage Month. And let me know how it goes. Let me know what tips you may have for us so I can improve and get more ideas and add them and share them in the future. All right. Thank you guys for joining me. Have an awesome evening. Adios.